What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Journey Podcast, navigating entrepreneurship, personal development, and relationships. I am your host, Terrell Ward. I'm so excited to have you here today. God bless you. Could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me today, and I'm so excited about it. Today, we're going to be having a great conversation, just giving you some of my thoughts on the inside out game, as I like to call it, of success. And what does that mean? You're like, Terrell, what's the inside out game of success? Unconsciously, I thought success was an outside in game. Now, I know some people are saying, no, it's an inside out game, Terrell, but it's so easy to get caught up in the external reference points, if you will, of the outside. I'll explain. I didn't realize it as I've been going down this journey, as you remember from last episode, of self-discovery. Who am I? Like self-love, self-appreciation, because I allowed so many things from the outside to kind of dictate everything, and I got left empty. There was this point inside of me where I just felt like something was missing. To other people, I had achieved a whole bunch of things. I mean, I've authored a couple books. Got those done. I've gotten my MBA. I've got 2 other degrees, associate's, bachelor's degree. I've been married for 10 plus years, 12 years, about to be, almost 13. You're about to be 13, almost 13, right? I got 3 beautiful children. I oversee multi-millions of dollars, worth of revenue and merchandise, et cetera, at work. I have my side businesses and different things that I do. I have a podcast, this podcast. I had another podcast that I was a part of, with co-host on, and all of these things, but I still felt empty. I still felt like I was underachieving. And I don't know, obviously, if you're listening to this and you've gotten this far at this point, know it's still early, you probably can relate. Or someone that this can relate to, where you just feel like, man, I'm not doing enough. Man, something is missing. I just feel like there's just something not there. I'm underachieving, and it actually leads to this like depression, and it leads to this feeling of like not enough. And as I started going down this self-discovery, I realized that I wasn't being grateful. But then I'm like, well, why? Why not? And so I'm like, all these things are here. I should be thankful. I should be grateful. I'm still young. I'm only 35 years old. And, I haven't accomplished everything that I wanted to do. I mean, I feel like I'm behind on a lot of things, but I'm like, I don't think I should be feeling like this. And what I came to find out was that I was actually using external reference points to dictate my happiness. External reference points. It was based on what other people had just said. I mean, even how I just explained it now, I gave it to you a very particular way because that was my thought process. I should be happy about these things. Well, that should be happy about because everyone told me I should have been happy about those things. I should have been happy that I was married for, X a number of years. I should be happy that I have children that are healthy and growing and productive and being productive, so far in their young lives. I should be happy that I'm getting promotions at work and I'm able to start a business and I have a podcast and I do this and it literally, but I was still feeling weak. I was still feeling empty. I was still feeling down. I was still feeling depressed. And I'm like, I'm not understanding because everybody else is saying I should be fine, but I don't feel fine. I feel like I'm getting progressively worse. And that's because I was trusting everybody else, it should be fine. But in reality, I wasn't really happy with myself. I really wasn't happy with myself because I never learned how to self-appreciate. I never learned how to self-love. My love became my happiness became contingent on everybody else's love. Because there's no way, I realized there's no way for me to even get to this point if and have all these things, right? And still feel like this. It wasn't about the things. It wasn't external. And that's when it started clicking for me. I had a reference of it. I felt like it was there, but it started clicking for me. And like I said, even on the last episode, this is very early on. And so some people may say, this is premature for you to be talking about this because you're not there yet. Okay, that's fine. But I'm not there yet. But guess what? I'm here, right? In this self-discovery process. At least I know what I don't know, right? But I realized, and there was a quote that I heard, and it said, and I'm trying to remember the exact quote. It said, and I kind of actually referenced it here. Let me use a little cheat sheet. It said, there is no amount of self-improvement, no amount of self-improvement will overcome, if you will, no amount of self-improvement will overcome any lack of confidence, or what was the word? I want to actually get the right word. No amount of self-improvement will overcome any lack of it was like confidence or just self-love, if you will. I'm butchering the quote, but that's not the point. It was no amount of self-improvement. And I say that because I, at one point in time, was a self-improvement junkie. Self-improvement junkie. I mean, I'm reading self-help book after self-help book. I'm trying to go to seminars if, based on my schedule and my budget. I'm trying to, I'm watching every free webinar, trying to get everything out. I'm on YouTube University. I'm on Google. I'm in a doctoral program of Google, if you will. I mean, I'm just trying to dig in. Anybody that was talking anything about self-improvement and they had enough, clout behind their name, enough followers, enough other reference points for me. Oh, I was digging in. I'm following them on social. I'm doing this. I'm messaging them in the DM, seeing if I can communicate with them. And I mean, I'm just going all in on self-improvement. But in reality, I never had any real self-love, or a very small amount, at least, if we want to go there. And you say, no, you don't have no self-love. Okay. But I was trying to hide my self-love with self-improvement. And self-improvement is actually designed to improve, to build on. But if the self-love ain't there, if the self-esteem is too low, then self-improvement actually becomes its own rat race. A lot of people talk about the rat race of the job. Robert Kiyosaki, made that really famous with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, getting out the rat race. Well, guess what? I found another rat race, y'all. And the other rat race was self-improvement without actual self-love. Self-improvement without self-love. And it's just, you just keep going round and round and round and round, and you keep on going. You keep on going to seminar. You listen to Tony. You listen to Dean Gracios and Tony Robbins, that is, and you listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, and you listen to Tim Ferriss, and you listen to Grant Cardone. You listen to Kevin Hart now. You listen to all these different people. You go back to Zig Ziglar and Brian Tracy and Tom Hopkins. You go to all these different people. Right? You even I even considered joining a network marketing company at one point in time. Well, I remember one specifically just for the self-improvement aspect of the company, just for the self-improvement, right? I literally considered joining a network marketing company because the self-improvement I heard about was so great. I didn't even care. I didn't even really care about the products or the service or anything. I just want to be in an environment of self-improvement. But what I realized was it actually wears you out because you end up on a treadmill of self-improvement, and you actually don't get to the improved state that you're trying to get for yourself, because no amount of that will actually supersede your self-love. And that's a horrible place to be in. And I can talk about that because I was in that place. I was an expert, and I am an expert on that place. An expert on the place of loving yourself or not loving yourself, and running off of everybody else's love, running off of everybody else's compliments. And then the worst part is when they stop, all this self-improvement that's supposed to work, all these tools and things, they don't work. So then now you get to a place where I call a dead man walking. You stop improving. You stop reading the books. That was me. You stop watching the videos. You stop trying to go to the seminar. Anything self-help, it actually becomes Please, no more self-help. Why? I already been there. I tried that. It doesn't work. Even if you don't say it out loud, your subconscious speaks. Your subconscious knows. It's registering every single thing. It's greater than the greatest supercomputer, our subconscious. And it registers everything, and it tells you, that ain't gonna work. You're gonna try that next 30-day challenge, and you ain't gonna finish it. You may get through 30 days, but it ain't gonna be nothing different. Why? Because it failed, and you just got failure after failure after failure. And that is a horrible place to be in. Horrible place to be in. But I'm here today. To let you know that guess what? That place doesn't have to be forever. But when you get to take that first step of the self-realization and the self-love, take away the self-improvement. It's going to be there. It enhances. But when you start to get to a place where you can love yourself, right? Get to a place where you can start to realize and appreciate that, I like to say, you're the spring. The spring is in you, right? The overflow is in you. What you've been looking for is right there inside of you. And that your source is not from anywhere else, but right here. And when you get to that place, just the inclination of it, and I can tell you, I have goosebumps right now, even just talking about this. I am so early in this journey, it's not even funny. But just a little bit of inkling of knowledge of that place changes everything. Now the self-improvement tools are useful. So I don't want these to be very long. So I'll give you real quick tools, a couple tools that I've used just this far to get there. Number one, just truly being grateful. I'm even putting myself through a 30-day grateful challenge, right? Just being absolutely grateful about what I have, appreciating it, looking at it, not from, oh, that person said I did good, so I should be grateful. No. Truly assessing, what am I thankful for? And if there's something I'm not thankful for, I'm not thankful for it. I don't have to say, oh, I'm thankful for this because everybody said I should be. If I don't like it, like if I don't like this pen, I don't want the pen. I'm not grateful for that. Okay, I had a pen. I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I don't want the pen. Right? Number one. So gratefulness, really take some time digging down to yourself, really getting inside and really appreciating you and all your uniqueness and everything about you because it's so beautiful. It's so great. Number two, goals. This sets your standard. Now, I know we all write goals, and I'm not going to go through, oh, you should write your goals exactly like this. Look, there's a ton of stuff out there. Tony Robbins talks about, dynamic goal writing. There's the SMART goals. There's all these different goals. You can go Google goals. All right. That's not the point of this. But the goals set a standard and they set a target for you for where you are going to go next or where you're trying to get to. They also let you know when you put your foot in the sand that you're progressing forward. And then that next thing is take some action. Take some action. This podcast is action for me. It's not sitting in it, thinking about it, brainstorming. It's action. It's, you know what? I'm not there. I don't think you ever get there. That's one thing I'm learning. But you know what? I'm a step. And guess what? I'm going to take some action towards that step. I started going to counseling, right? I dug deeper in myself. I'm doing things and I'm like, you know what? I got to get in here to understand me. And as I understand me more, I can appreciate me more. As I appreciate me more, that bubbles up my enthusiasm, my excitement, that bubbles it all up. And then now I can be this gift that I want to be to the world. But all that self-improvement was just me spouting off, back in the past, what everybody else said. But now I'm capturing my voice. It's time for you to capture your voice. And this is the process. The voice has been there. That's why I don't have to wait till I'm perfectly there, because my voice is going to change over time anyway because my life changes. So now I'm starting to hear my voice. And I can come to you today. And if you take these steps, and if you want to keep going on this journey, and this is resonating with you, check out the next episode. It'll be bite-sized, just like this to a certain degree. Maybe it's an appetizer, it ain't bite-sized, right? But check it out. Come on this journey with me. Come to the next episode. Check out the last episode. Hit subscribe, download, because guess what? This is a journey. It's a journey podcast. And I promise you, if you just take the one step, this step, even just the inkling of the information starts to change your whole paradigm. It's what you've been looking for. I know. I can speak to that because of what I was looking for. And this ain't got nothing to do with nobody else, just me. So God bless. I want it to be just for you too. All right? Have a great day.